the heck is Uncharted 5? It's a good question. Because no, people said it's done. I believe it's going to be another one. Even if Drake is not the main character. But, it's got to be. They're going to make another one somehow, I think. Somehow. Some gaming bolts.
Its faults, PlayStation Studios has seen an incredible run when it comes to first-party titles. Recent years have seen the likes of Ghost of Tsushima, Horizon Forbidden West, Marvel's Spider-Man 2, God of War Ragnarok, The Last of Us Part 2, Dreams, Gran Turismo 7, Ratchet & Clank Rift Apart, and more launch to extensive critical acclaim. Even if some titles performed better than others financially, they've all offered excellent single-player experiences that compete with the very best the industry has to offer.
Are we all here? Then let's begin.
Of course, for all of the successful first-party titles that PlayStation has pumped out, there's a few well-known IPs that have sunk into oblivion over time. No, not Killzone, whose last entry, Shadowfall, launched in 2013 for the PS4 and received a 73 Metascore. Not Bloodborne, which is still considered From Software's finest work by hardcore fans, and still hasn't received a remaster or remake, let alone a port to PS5. And it's not Knack, which is still a meme even after the improved sequel. It's Uncharted, a franchise that began in 2007 on the PlayStation 3, generating 4 big titles and a few spin-offs. The story's about Nathan Drake, a treasure hunter who is a quote-unquote descendant of Sir Francis Drake, and the series is more than a little inspired by Indiana Jones, but also features healthy dollops of pulp fiction, media like National Treasure, and more to craft mystery-laden action-adventure titles.
That was a classic, boy.
Uncharted hit its stride in 2009 with Uncharted 2 Among Thieves, a sequel that many considered one of the best games ever. It would be followed by Uncharted 3 Drake's Deception in 2011, which, while not as acclaimed as its predecessor, it still averaged an impressive 92 Metascore and sold millions of units. The set pieces became more bombastic and high-budget as the trilogy progressed, but the series never stopped focusing on Drake's interpersonal relationships, the thrill of the chase, or the extensive exploration and platforming that defined each adventure. And even if it ended there, Uncharted would have been one of the best video game trilogies ever made, standing alongside Mass Effect, God of War, Metroid Prime, the list goes on. However, Naughty Dog announced Uncharted 4 A Thief's End in 2013, and based on the title alone, it generated more than its fair share of discussion.
Hell there, boy.
The fourth title marked the end of the series at last. Was this the end of Nathan Drake? Was Naughty Dog killing off the character? Upon launching in May 2016, the developer revealed a much more personal journey for Nathan, who reunited with his brother Sam and embarked on one last big treasure hunt. While there were a few qualms...
That story was something else. Okay, his brother tricking him to get back into it, telling the lie. Then Drake turned around and lying to Sarah. Lying to Elena. And Elena was hot. I remember that. You felt bad for Drake. And it's like, we're gonna get this treasure, and no shit. And he opens the door, and you sure this is the Malaysia job? And you know Elena was gonna track you down sooner or later. And Drake was ready to shit his pants, shit his clothes, because he knew he was caught.
Guarding its narrative, Uncharted 4 was praised universally for its visuals, set pieces, combat, more open levels, performances, and fitting conclusion to a beloved series. Conclusion is the important part here. Naughty Dog has said without fail over the past several years that it's done with the franchise. As recently as January 2023, co-president Neil Druckmann told BuzzFeed, quote, "At Naughty Dog we're very, very privileged that our publisher is Sony, which means Sony funds our games, supports us, and we're owned by Sony. They have supported us every step of the way to follow our passions," meaning that just because something is successful, people think there's all this pressure and we have to make a sequel. That's just not the case. For us, Uncharted was insanely successful. Uncharted 4 was one of our best-selling games, and we're able to put our final brushstroke on that story and say that we're done. We're moving on. End quote. However, some at the studio, like Sean Eskag, the creative director of spin-off Uncharted The Lost Legacy, say it's a franchise that the studio loves and wants to see more of. In January of 2022, Eskag told Games Radar, quote, "I think we can say for certain that we can never say never. Uncharted is a franchise we love, that the studio loves. It's a world we want to see more of. So I can certainly say that," end quote. This was after co-president Evan Wells told Game Informer in August of 2021 that the studio still has, quote, "a ton of love for Uncharted and The Last of Us, and I think you'll see both kinds of projects from us in the future," end quote. This was following the launch of The Last of Us Part 2, as rumors of a standalone multiplayer project were already circulating, which was announced and subsequently cancelled. While Naughty Dog's involvement with Uncharted remains the same on the surface, no officially announced sequel or such coming up, plenty is seemingly happening behind the scenes. An Uncharted multiplayer title was reportedly in the...
They could have something coming out. They're just keeping it quiet. Then I keep forgetting about The Lost Legacy. If Drake's they don't bring Drake back, they'll probably make a Lost Legacy 2 or something like that. But it ain't gonna be the same, no Drake. But Drake said he's finished for real this time. So I don't know. But then I seen something. So Facebook somehow at the end of this video you'll see, which probably fan made or fake, but I said, there's no way this can be real, but we'll get to that later.
Works, per Bloomberg's Jason Schreier in April of 2021 at Bend Studio with Naughty Dog supervising. It was allegedly cancelled as the Days Gone developer moved on to an untitled new IP, also sporting multiplayer support. However, in April of 2022, Naughty Dog hired a new primary recruiter in charge of building future teams for not only new titles, but for the legacy of Uncharted, which is very personal and specific to me and my family. Sony would also establish a new first-party AAA studio in San Diego, with job listings indicating it was co-developing an exciting new project with Naughty Dog in a beloved franchise. Nothing official came of all of this, though in December of 2022, The Leak.co reported that a reboot for Uncharted was in the works at a new unknown studio, and that Naughty Dog wasn't leading the project, which fits with the San Diego studios' listing. While development is stated to be in its infancy, it's possible that Sony may have shifted towards or greenlit another title
with the
in
regular
franchise.
company, it ain't gonna look
remake
right.
Per Xbox Era in February 2024. The latter is allegedly a ground-up remake of the first game for PS5, though it was still being very strongly considered, indicating that it may not progress further. Once again, Naughty Dog isn't developing the title. Its involvement in this case is relatively unknown. Regardless, things are allegedly happening, and there is some interest from Sony in doing something with Uncharted. How those plans have shifted over time is unknown, especially following the 2022 film's success at the box office. Nevertheless, as a franchise, Uncharted is as synonymous with PlayStation as any other brand. The franchise arguably represented a shift for the publisher and Naughty Dog, the latter moving towards more realistic visuals and grounded stories. Nathan Drake may not return as the leading hero, but he was undoubtedly the mascot for Sony during its PlayStation 3 days, distinguishing it from the competition as a premier destination for high-end AAA single-player titles. Based on all these rumors, it's unknown if a direct follow-up to Uncharted 4: A Thief's End will ever occur. Uncharted 5 may very well be a soft reboot that features a new leading character, albeit one that ties to Drake, as indicated by the last game's ending. If that does happen, it wouldn't be odd for Sony to remake the older games and usher in a new audience. Regardless of the direction, the legacy of Drake lives on, and his exploits remain the stuff of legend. Here's hoping the future matches up to his illustrious past.
Something like that.
I sure hope you know what you're doing.
I don't have the faintest idea.
And with that, we reached the end of the video. Have anything to say? Let us know in the comments below. Also, we upload new videos every single day on Gaming Bolt, so please consider subscribing as it really helps us out. Thanks for watching.
Yeah, that's something there. But I'll get to this picture in a minute, because But I seen it, I was like, can this be real? I think it's probably some fan made stuff. But yeah, I hope that's not it. If they could even just make one more game, but I think if they make another one, they're probably gonna say this is the last time, seriously, unless they make a whole nother separate story. But the Lost Legacy thing, I can see that happening, but it's still gonna be weird without Drake. Or to make Drake with his daughter in there, which we're gonna get to that picture right now, because I don't know who put this together, but that is something. Okay, now this is the picture I was talking about. I don't know. I don't think this is somebody. This is Cassie Drake and Nathan Drake. That's his daughter. But this is and Drake's got to be. If this is real, Drake's got to be 50-something years old by then. I guess the time jump, and the daughter's probably in her 20s. Or maybe a mid or late 20s, I don't know. Anyway, this might be fake. And I looked at some comments saying, okay, all right, stop. This is fake. And then somebody said, no, it's not. And I was like, okay. Uncharted 5, The Lost Emeralds. Yeah, it's lost, all right. It's maybe Lost Legacy, but not this. I don't think they're gonna bring Drake back. I think probably be another Uncharted game, but he won't be a part of it, which is terrible. Yeah, because Sully done got old. Elena's said that's enough. How angry she was at Drake. On the other part, Sam's working the job with what's that girl's name? With Chloe, and now they brought back what's that girl from the military? I forgot her name now. Oh, she was mean as hell too. What the hell was her name? Nadine. Brought her back, and I remember she whooped Drake's ass real good. How about that? But yeah, maybe the Lost Legacy. I don't know if this Uncharted 5 business. I doubt it. So, because somebody else would have been talking about this. So yeah, they probably put it just like they adding characters to the fighting game that are not in the game. So yeah. Yeah, with Uncharted, that's the game that got me away from fighting games. But back in the day, I would have got with this puzzle business and jumping across these buildings. Back in the day, I would have cut the game off and got frustrated. But yeah, this is something. But like somebody else say, you believe it when you see it, because this is this is probably fan made or something.